Hello, ladies! It's so wonderful to see all of you here today. I want to talk about something that affects us all, whether we're in the workplace, running our businesses, or managing our homes: leadership. But more importantly, I want to talk about why so many incompetent leaders rise to the top. Yes, you heard me right. We've all seen it. People who talk a big game, make bold promises, and somehow they end up in positions of power. Yet, when it comes to results, they fall short. And we're left wondering, how did they get there? Let's unpack this, shall we? Research shows that we are naturally drawn to leaders who exude confidence and charisma. But here's the catch. Confidence is often mistaken for competence. Think about it. How many times have you seen someone walk into a room, speak with authority, and instantly command attention? We assume that if someone sounds like they know what they're talking about, they must be good at their job. But the truth? Confidence doesn't always equal capability. And here's where it gets tricky. Women tend to be more cautious about displaying overconfidence. We've been conditioned to believe that humility and modesty are virtues. And while that's true, in the corporate world, this often works against us. Let me tell you a story that perfectly illustrates this. Roald Amundsen and Ernest Shackleton were both legendary polar explorers. Amundsen led the first successful expedition to the South Pole in 1911, meticulously planning every detail. He was efficient, focused, and brought his entire team home safely. A true master of leadership. Shackleton, on the other hand, led a less successful expedition. His ship, the Endurance, was trapped and crushed by the Antarctic ice, forcing his crew to survive in harsh conditions for over a year before being rescued. Amundsen spent more time and effort selecting and preparing his ship, Fram, compared to Ernest Shackleton, who selected Endurance in a relatively shorter period. Now here's the irony. Despite Amundsen's remarkable success, Shackleton's story has been told over and over again, even though Shackleton never reached the South Pole. More than 20 books have been written about his leadership style, resilience, and ability to inspire his men in dire circumstances. And Amundsen? Barely a mention. Even though he was the more effective and competent leader, he didn't fit the narrative we admire. The charismatic, daring, and dramatic hero. Why? Because we love stories that highlight courage and endurance in the face of failure, even if they don't reflect actual competence or success. Let me give you another example. Imagine two people trying to cross a river. The first person jumps right in, determined and full of energy. They struggle, fight the current, and after a lot of effort, barely manage to cross the river. People cheer and praise their courage. They're hailed as a hero who fought against the odds. Now, the second person. She takes a different approach. Before stepping into the river, she studies it. She observes the flow, identifies the shallowest and safest path, and carefully plans her strategy. When she finally crosses the river, it's smooth, efficient, and almost effortless. And guess what? No one notices. Because in a world that celebrates struggle, we often overlook competence and preparation. Ladies, how many of us have been that second person? We plan, we strategize, we get things done without the drama, and yet, our efforts often go unnoticed. This is exactly what happens in leadership. Those who swim against the current and make a lot of noise often get recognized, while those who study the river and lead with strategy and foresight are overlooked. Now, think about how this applies to us as women. We often hold ourselves to a higher standard. We believe we need to tick every box before applying for a promotion or taking a leadership role. Studies show that while men apply for a position when they meet 60% of the criteria, women wait until they meet 100%. And while we're busy perfecting our skills, others who look the part step into leadership roles, just like Shackleton's story outshined Amundsen's quiet success, or the swimmer who struggled was celebrated over the one who crossed with grace. But that changes today. So, how do we flip this narrative? Here are some powerful steps we can take. Own your confidence. Ladies, we need to get comfortable with talking about our achievements. Don't wait for someone to notice your hard work. Speak up. Confidence is a skill that can be learned. Practice it. Own it. When we're in decision-making roles, we need to question our biases. Don't just go for the person who looks and sounds like a leader. Look deeper. Assess competence, not charisma. Here's my challenge for all of you. The next time an opportunity knocks, take it. Even if you feel like you're not 100% ready, go for it. Because guess what? The person who ends up in that role may not be as ready as you think either. And remember, we don't just need more women leaders, we need more competent women leaders. Let's not just take a seat at the table. Let's lead the conversation. Are you ready to make that change? Thank you.